is your Friday, and this is News Tonight. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango. We're sorry to arrive to you 3 minutes past 8 o'clock. Well, straight away into the bulletin, President Yoweri Museveni has told Ugandans that the next battle after that of liberating Uganda remains poverty eradication. This, he said, remains through avenues like education and modern farming as enlisted among the pillars of the ongoing parish development model. He emphasized that he joined multitudes of other Ugandans to celebrate his 79th birthday at Kololo's ceremonial grounds in Kampala.
Friday 8th September 2023 will go down in history as one of the most colorful days in the career of General Yoweri Museveni as the President of the Republic of Uganda. Colorful in the real sense of the word, as anxiety-filled Kololo ceremonial grounds, as seen in the convergence of multitudes to celebrate his 79th birthday. Clad in the color of the sun, yellow. Museveni, in company of his immediate companion, Janet Museveni, arrived to pomp and merry as excitement filled the skies in honor of his renewed journey of life. The day was themed in honor of the battle at Katonga Bridge, one of the last encounters of NRA before final liberation victory.
Our veterans faced the crucible of war, sacrificing their own comfort and security to protect the freedoms we hold here. We stand in awe of your courage, commitment, and sacrifice.
It is a battle that became part of Uganda's liberation history. Museveni says such movements could have been avoided had the politics been good from independence.
Uganda should know that those wars were totally unnecessary. Since 1962, we could have had peaceful politics. But some people didn't want. They decided to go for violence, for sectarianism. The play which the group was showing here, the group of Jerusalem, was really summarizing the whole tragedy.
With peace now prevailing, Museveni wants youth to embrace education.
Some people look at education as a business and a money maker. But if you want the individuals to have a bright future, point number 3, principle number 3, in our principle, ideological principles, social economic transformation. Okora abantu abapya mu Uganda. How can we live? There are 2 ways. One way is free education.
With the Katonga battle successfully fought and won and liberation secured, what now remains is the fight against poverty. This is the emphasis from the president.
Some of you are already in that sector, water borders, hotels, hospitality, musicians, and so on. That sector is already there. We shall give you more support in that sector.
Hajat Namyalo says, besides celebrating Museveni's birthday, Uganda still needs him beyond 2026, a point of view shared by the Vice President.
Roadmap is out. This is the time to start. If not now, we shall never start. Your Excellency, bino toyagala biwulira naye mnange abantu bano bonna bakuŋŋaanye wano kubanga bakwagala.
Your vision, wisdom have been instrumental in transforming Uganda into a beacon of hope
for prosperity for all.
Other leaders welcomed the president's message on poverty eradication.
Good enough, he has had practical projects. When you talk about Emyoga, when you talk about PDM, those are projects that are geared towards improving the household incomes.
Soon, we are going to invite the president to flag off the PDM circles. So we know we are going to fight poverty in Kampala or fight poverty in Kampala metropolitan.
And education should go beyond classrooms. It is education through adult literacy in the villages, through classrooms, so people know the economics of life.
As for the youth and other celebrants, it is worth honoring the president through celebrating his birthday.
And he's celebrating with a lot of achievements as far as Uganda is concerned. By that time when he started the struggle, Uganda was only 8 million people. By the time he's celebrating, Uganda is 45 million people.
When someone is wise at this point in time, when he's 79 and is serving the nation, that's the most important thing. Happy birthday, Your Excellency. As MK Youth Initiative, we congratulate you upon this day.
We congratulate His Excellency Museveni celebrating his 79th his birthday.
The event was blessed with entertainment, including that from Museveni's look-alike, Herbert Seguja, also known as Teacher Mpamire.
That's why Mama calls me baby face.
Henry Okrut, UBC.
President Tooro Museveni has issued a directive stipulating that all individuals entering markets and automobile parks must undergo comprehensive security checks. Worship centers are mandated to record and maintain the personal information of congregants in order to bolster vigilance efforts. Furthermore, hotels and lodges have been instructed to collect and retain customer particulars during the accommodation booking process. In his address, President Museveni offered reassurance to the nation, affirming that the ADF Allied Democratic Forces has been significantly weakened and the arrests have been made in connection to suspects planting the IEDs in Kampala.
The Chieftaincy of Military Intelligence has apprehended at least 7 individuals linked to the placement of improvised explosive devices in the central business district of Kampala. Security agencies have since detonated 6 IEDs.
Now the planners are in Congo. We are going to finish all these people. So what my purpose of talking to you now is to make you people not panic. Thinking that this is a big problem. The problem was more or less solved long ago.
Henceforth, President Museveni instructs that all individuals entering markets and parks undergo thorough checks, while worship centers are tasked with increasing their vigilance.
Your job here is to see anybody you don't know and say, who are you? That's your assignment now. As we are hunting the other people there, your assignment is don't allow anybody you don't know to enter your church, to enter your mosque without challenging, and not only challenging but also contact the police.
The president urges hotels, lodges and landlords to collect guest particulars during accommodation bookings.
So if you tighten that system of the hotel owner, the hotel receptionist, not even owner, the receptionist must not allow anybody to book without showing their ID cards, which then are recorded.
Whereas isolated incidents are reported in the country, President Museveni highlights that Uganda is not a conducive operational territory for rebel groups, leading them to utilize other regions like DR Congo to propagate chaos due to their weaker strategies. However, following President Felix Tshisekedi's authorization for Ugandan forces to operate in the Congo, the Uganda People's Defense Forces, in collaboration with the Congolese army, have taken control of ADF operation camps.
These are the areas of Congo directly west of the Rwenzori Mountains and slightly to the northwest. And we have cleared ADF from those areas. ADF has been pushed far towards an area called Mambasa.
In recent operations, 18 ADF terrorists, including a Tanzanian national, have been neutralized. Numerous weapons were seized, abductees were rescued, and several arrests were made.
But for Sector 1 and Sector 2, 567 enemies killed. SMGs captured 144, machine guns 7, RPGs 6, 1 mortar 60mm, grenades 1, walkie-talkies 132. They had a lot of walkie-talkies, IEDs, improvised explosive devices 10 pieces, phones 47, abductees rescued 207, terrorists captured alive 50.
Meanwhile, the local defense units and East African standby forces will continue to guard specific villages in the Democratic Republic of Congo, preventing the ADF from returning to wreak havoc. Simultaneously, other forces will persist in pursuing the ADF. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News.
Now, Kampala Capital City Authority frontline workers, together with some executives in the authority, have led a procession to celebrate the president's 79th birthday. The workers attribute the activity to the good initiative put in place by the authority to transform their lives.
Frontline workers of Seven Hills, a company that was recently contracted by Kampala Capital City Authority to clean the city, Makindye and Kawempe, Friday, joined a coalition in the procession to march to Kolo Independence Grounds for the president's 79th birthday. The workers attribute the engagement in the celebrations to the teamwork and good working conditions that the Executive Director, Dorothy Kisaka, has introduced in the authority. The Deputy Spokesperson, Kampala Capital City Authority, Robert Kalumba, says the celebration initiative has brought the workers together.
That the first ambassadors of KCCA are those that wake up at 6 and clean the roads that people drive on, that help with the landscaping, and themselves they came to us really urging us that they want to be part of the celebrations. They kept saying that they want to eat part of Musei's cake because the government of NRM has supported them, given them jobs, enabled them. People should remember that these people you've seen here are actually from the ghetto. These are people who used to sleep in Nyalas. So they were given a chance to transform and work, and they thank the NRM government for that chance.
Tukoze ebintu bingi nga twagala muzeeyi era tukyamwagala mama Kisaka bwe yajja ate atongeddemu amaanyi abawagira muzeeyi kuba tulya tulina essanyu okubanga tuuse ku mazaalibwa ga muzeeyi era kyekitukuŋŋanza okumulaga essanyu lyaffe nga tetulinayo tuyinza timulagira na kumwebaza biki byatukoledde naye tumwebaza dda kutuma mama Kisaka
tuzze okukwebaza okulaba nga twebaza ne maama Dorothy Kisaka wano wenyini wetuli okulaba nga tusobola okutukumaakuma n'atukolamu omulimu guno. Pulezidenti w'eggwanga Yoweri Kaguta Museveni kubanga yakeera enkya n'avaayo n'awa maama Dorothy Kisaka okulaba nga atukolamu omulimu guno, okulaba nga atukumaakuma ffenna baggeto yuti ba Kampala, okulaba nga twenyigira mu mulimu guno.
Lydia Chomkama, Andrew Sebira, UBC News.
Now, happenings with NRM Park District. NRM leaders have endorsed the incumbent woman Member of Parliament as a sole candidate, an NRM flag bearer in the forthcoming general elections. This comes as political temperatures begin to rise in a Park District, with different political actors starting to strategize for 2026.
For years, Apache District has been a UPC stronghold, with a majority of leaders coming from UPC, one of the oldest parties in the country. Daniel, yet one of the NRM leaders in Apache, says this has been due to late mobilization and failure to utilize party structures effectively by the NRM party.
Right now, we have only 3 chairperson SC3s under NRM ticket. You can imagine, out of the 12 sub-counties. In the entire district, we have only 1 member of parliament under NRM ticket. This has been as a result of us starting our mobilization really very late. We have embarked on mobilizing our members.
Recently, a group of NRM Revolutionary Guard, led by President Museveni's brother, Shadrach Nzeire, met some leaders in Apache district for early mobilization for the NRM party. This week, the woman MP for Apache district also convened a consultative meeting with the NRM party leaders to strategize for 2026. The NRM leaders then endorsed MP Betty Ngola as their sole candidate for the forthcoming parliamentary seat.
If we have that structure functional and really working, we will not have any problem. The problem has been we have made our structures dormant and we have never engaged them in series of activities. And this is what we have started.
That we must all unite. We must embrace government programs and we must talk about it. So all that, those are the achievements of NRM. So we must really market NRM.
She, however, called for unity among party members, noting that the different ongoing projects in the district will give NRM mileage in mobilizing votes in 2026. Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
Now, a total of 63 patients have benefited from a one-week surgical operation camp that was held at Tooro Hospital in Gulu. The surgical camp has attracted over 30 clinical surgeons who volunteered to come from different countries to offer medical surgery in Tooro Hospital under the stewardship of Dr. Dan Moore, the Executive Director of Medical Missions Foundation.
They came from outside. They are hardworking people.
A 60-year-old teacher by profession, Okia Michael, is one of the patients who benefited from the surgical camp organized at Tooro Hospital. He's been battling cancer and lung enlargement since 2012.
As I talk, I'm also feeling well. There's nothing bad.
Aketowang Prose, a mother to 1-month-old Agenrod Genesis, who was born with hernia disease, has also been treated at this camp. Other beneficiaries of this year's surgical camp include 58-year-old Chilama Williams, who previously missed out in the 2019 edition.
Mission from America are really good people because they have good machines. They work very well with a lot of discipline.
Dr. Dan Mayer, the Executive Director of Medical Mission, says they had to use special skills and technology plus qualified personnel to ensure that they perform to their best capacity.
Some of this equipment is very high-tech equipment. It's very cutting-edge equipment. Some of the burns that we are treating are using special equipment where the doctor can take off a small piece of skin and be able to cut it up and basically stretch it into a mesh.
This year's surgical medical camp brings to a total of 12 surgical medical camps that have been held at Tooro Hospital by Medical Mission.
Now, Omukama Oyo Nyemba Kabamba Iguru will be celebrating the 28th coronation ever since he ascended to the throne in 1995 at the age of 3 years and a half following the death of his father, Omukama Patrick Elimi Kaboyo II. However, the kingdom will conduct several activities to the build-up of the 28th coronation with the development partners in the health sector, telecom industry, central government and the civil society coming on board to make a historic event successful and colorful.
Omukama Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru, the son and heir of the late Omukama Olimi Kaboyo II, who ascended to the throne in 1995, will celebrate his 28th coronation at the Royal Palace in Fort Portal this month. The Mpango cultural ceremony takes 4 months of preparation. According to the Prime Minister of Tooro Kingdom, Stephen Kiyinji, will conduct several activities in the health sector, education sector and agricultural sector that will partly be presided over by His Royal Majesty Omukama Oyonyimba Kabamba Iguru.
As I'm talking now, we have a health camp at our administration headquarters, Muchwa, where partners are treating malaria, diagnosing HIV, AIDS, post-rate tests, and so on.
Despite the organized activities, 28 years of Omukama Oyonyimba Kabamba Iguru's reign have been associated with ups and downs. But what are some of these?
Our late king, Olimi Kaboyo II, passed away. The palace was in shambles. There was no infrastructure in the kingdom. But through the partnership of friends, we have been able, through the efforts of the Queen Mother, through the efforts of well-wishers, to rehabilitate our palace.
Omukama Oyonyimba Kabamba Iguru, now aged 30 years, reigning as King of Tooro for 28 years. His reign has partly been faced with internal strifes involving rival members of the royal family, some eyeing his throne. However, the kingdom's Prime Minister Stephen Kiyinji says the internal strifes among members of the royal family are synonymous in many monarchies, not new or limited to Tooro Kingdom.
The king ascended to the throne as the only boy child of a reigning king. So what you call struggles really are imaginary, because the king is fully bona fide as the king of Tooro, the only son of King Olimi Kaboyo II. Now, what you call strifes, really, I would say these are normal hiccups in the royal households, anywhere you will go.
The 1966 crisis in Uganda saw monarchies abolished and kingdom properties taken up by the central government.
I think I can say, without any fear of contradiction, that we have passed the stage of considering Sir Edward as a factor in Uganda politics. We will leave it at that.
Tooro Kingdom was not exceptional. However, with the return of monarchies in Uganda in 1993, with Buganda Kingdom reclaiming the return of her properties from the central government, Tooro Kingdom, other than having the reinstatement of Omukama, many of its properties have not been returned, a matter that the kingdom's Prime Minister Kiyinji says remain unresolved despite behind-door engagements with the central government.
What I know is that we have talked with our colleagues in the Ministry of Lands and others. We have talked about low-hanging fruits. Before you go for the deeper fruits, you go for the low-hanging fruits. For example, our administration, where I sit myself, is the Muchwa complex. It was occupied by central government from 1967 up to 1993 and slightly beyond. This is an asset that was built by the late King Rukidi II, the second indeed, and this is where they gave it back to us in a dilapidated state. We need rental accruals, like they have done to Buganda. We need rental accruals. I am a prime minister that is encumbered in terms of being able to render these services, the services that we have projected to render to our people. So we do have these things. I don't want to use this occasion as if I'm negotiating with the government. But that is exactly to answer your question. We are receiving, and we hope to continue receiving from the state what belongs to us as Tooro. And there is plenty that we are still demanding for.
Top among the demands are shared investments that Omkama Rukidi II invested in Kalembe mines in Kasese district, which the kingdom still demands for with accrued interest following the closure and collapse of Kalembe copper mines.
The late King Rukidi IV was a major shareholder in Kalembe mines. He put a lot of money into Kalembe mines as an individual. We do have these issues, but these are complex issues, but we do have legal claims for compensation. Tooro, we have very many prisons that were constructed by Tooro. We used to be pseudo-absolute monarchs. We have prisons. Many government institutions are sitting on those properties.
The kingdom also is demanding for the compensations from the central government about its historical sites and sources of revenue lost to Kasese district when the Bakonzo seceded from Tooro Kingdom in 1975.
There are some cultural sites that we want back. We are in the process, actually we are in the process of, through what committee, we call it the Verification and Valuation Committee, between the Kingdom and the Ministry of Lands and other stakeholders, Attorney General's office and so forth.
Despite Tooro Kingdom demands, what has been the relationship of the kingdom with the central government over the years?
Basically have a good relationship with the central government. The challenges notwithstanding. Of course, you remember that it was Obote I actually, which abolished the kingdoms. And there are many people who could not believe that kingdoms would ever be established. And therefore, to have anything other than a good relationship with the central government that took it upon itself to return the kingdoms and even have an act, the Traditional Rulers Restitution Act.
As Tooro Kingdom celebrates the 28th coronation day of Omkama Oyonyimba Kabamba Iguru's reign, the kingdom's prime minister appealed to all subjects of Omkama Oyo to remain united and stay away from rare conflicts that may divide the kingdom.
Abo bona abakwenda kuleta enyahukana na kwetegerezangana rundi nebigambo ebindi byone bitayina musingi. Nimbaterera nyabura inywe twegaite hamukama waitu Oyonyimba Kabamba Iguru wakana Rukidi wakana. Tuombeke ihanga lyetu lyato.
Now into the local government, the chairperson of the Local Government Finance Commission, Isaac Isanga Msumba, has decried incompetence of some local government leaders who he claims are leading to poor delay and service delivery. Msumba was closing a 2-week negotiation exercise for line ministries with the commission.
The district.
The Local Government Finance Commission has had a 2-week-long negotiation exercise with line ministries on conditional grants for financial year 2023-2024. The participating line ministries here included that of agriculture, animal industry and fisheries, health, trade, water and environment, education, tourism, works and transport, lands and urban development, and gender, labor and social development.
The money going to local governments, the bulk of it are conditional grants. In fact, 95% of it is conditional grants. This financial year, out of the total budget of 52 trillions, about 5.4 trillions was appropriated to go directly to local governments.
The Commission, together with line ministries, agreed on 20 programs to be handled in the financial year 2023-2024, which include agro-industrialization, mineral development, sustainable petroleum development, manufacturing, natural resources, environment, climate change, land and water, digital transformation, community mobilization and mindset change, among others.
But out of the 5.4 trillions, as I have already said, 95% are conditional grants. And that's why this exercise becomes very important, because the Constitution is clear that money is going to local governments as conditional grants to finance programs have to be agreed. The programs and the conditions attached must be agreed between the local government people implementing the programs and the line ministries which are managing those programs.
The chairperson of the commission, Isaac Isanga Musumba, cautioned local government officials who are paying less attention to their offices, citing an example of a mega school constructed in the middle of a forest.
In the middle of the forest, in Mabira Forest, there is a school, a fully built and run secondary school boarding. In the middle of the forest, there is a new road coming from the tarmac going to that school, with a huge signpost that there is this school here. So, where is the cow? Who licenses secondary schools to operate and does so by licensing them to operate in the middle of a protected area?
Musumba encouraged local government to find mechanisms of increasing local revenue, which will supplement service delivery.
So, I would like to see every district leadership, every municipal leadership, every city leadership draw a plan on how they are going to improve their local revenue, so that we can discuss with them any constraints they require and how they are going to be helped.
The president of Uganda Local Governments Association, Richard Rabuhinga, raised concerns over bureaucracy in procuring funds, which has led to delayed service delivery. He is advocating for full decentralization of intergovernmental fiscal transfer projects.
We call for full decentralization of the intergovernmental fiscal transfer projects in secondary schools and in the health sector. This hybrid procurement that we have been talking about with the Minister of Finance, Minister of Health and Education is a very big roadblock to the implementation of NRM manifesto.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Time for us to take a short break. Do not go away. News Tonight comes back.
Ebisera by'okuzzaayo abaana mu masomero tebiteekwa kukaluubiriza n'akatono. Eno kusimba nnyiriri mpanvu kano kalipagano ka bidduka. Simanya kuzunga na banka siripsi. Kati osobola okusasula school fees z'omwana wo ate n'okola n'ebirala ntoko ku ssimu ye ey'omu ngalo. Ekikola kyangu nnyo. Nyiga bunyizi *185*8 ogoberera ebikulagiriddwa oba okozese app ya MTN Momo. Ate kati okola ki olwaleero? MTN Mobile Money Uganda Limited erunganisibwa banka enkulu ya Uganda.
In this family, we can't agree on anything. Martha. We can't even agree on what to watch. All the games to play.
Martha.
Ndowoza Mulabi. We can't even agree on what to eat. At least the one thing for now we can all agree on is the soap to use. He likes that it's big and lasts long.
Anti-economy.
I like that it keeps my skin smooth. Ate alina echovu. And the children like that. It smells amazing. Everyone is happy. Movit soap comes in 4 fantastic flavors. Movit family soap is truly soap for the whole family.
Movit. All day confidence.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or gift.
Get freaky too. Dial *100*0# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *100*0#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *100*0# to get started.
Airtel. a reason to imagine.
Uganda is a source, transit, and destination for adults and children who are either forced or deceived into forced labor, organ harvest, sacrifice, and commercial exploitation. Trafficking in persons is a serious crime and gross violation of human rights. Report suspects of trafficking in persons to police for investigation and prosecution. Suspects are either close friends or relatives. Victims of trafficking are not criminals and need protection. This message is brought to you by the Coordination Office for Prevention of Trafficking in Persons, Ministry of Internal Affairs.
Here is the 2023 musical launch of the year. 16th of September 2023, Kololo Ceremonial Grounds will be the only place to be, as the whole of Uganda will gather to witness the Museveni Awoma musical launch by Eman Sereko, also known as Munamasaka. Don't miss all your artists, comedians, stage and movie actors, members of parliament, ministers, leaders at different levels, led by the Right Honorable Premier Robin Nabanja. The chief guest of the day will be the one and only Sabalwanyi Jajamwami, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. All at a free entry at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds on the 16th of September 2023. Do not miss.
Welcome back. Let's continue. Now, government could continue losing billions of funds injected in different developmental projects intended to empower the vulnerable poor if local council leaders continue to be sidelined. The Office of the Inspector General of Government has learned that of the 3.2 billion shillings sent to Lubaga Division under a Mioga program, over 1 billion shillings meant for Lubaga North constituency could have been misappropriated.
Ekyo kigenda kukoma leero nga nze Inspector General of Government wa Uganda. Eyakwata ku ssente z'atasaanye kukwata oyo musaasidde ekigenda omutuukako naye ate nga kimugwanidde.
These were Bet Kamia's remarks in which she enlightened her audience of the role of the Office of the Inspectorate of Government. During the meeting, it was established that although government disbursed 1,050 million shillings that benefited 35 circles in 52 villages of Lubaga North constituency, 80% of the intended beneficiaries never received the funds.
Ebyemyoga IGG fe tubiwulira ku leediyo kwe bikoma.
Mu kyalo kyange tewali n'omu amanyi wadde ekintu emyoga n'olwekyo tewali yali afunyeyo wadde ekikumi.
Local council leaders blamed this to the fact that they were sidelined, especially at the verification stage, thus depriving them the chance to save and endorse those intended to benefit.
Waliwo commercial officer yo mwami happy. Bayina enkola gye bakolamu awo, amitambala gyogendeko wano. Naye enkola ezinungi, omuntu kubadde miliyoni 3 n'afuna miliyoni 24 Kenya yasayininga 3.
Bakiya pasonero si wano mu byalo byabo waliyo groups ezo ze bataddeyo nga ne offices eziri naye nga tazimanyi ye yennyini tamanyi nti ono yaani kubanga ne wanaamuyita tamuvunaanyizibwa akagamba wa division yavunaanyizibwako gungamba biki.
Nsanyukidde nnyo ky'ogambye wali n'ogamba nti this time abantu bateekwa okusibwako abantu babba ssente kubanga tewaliwo kabonero kabagaana kubba bagwe bakungiriza n'agejja n'akola atyo olubuto aweeweetere nto.
However, on the parish development model project, the story is different. Most leaders expressed optimism and described the PDM as the only program that might adequately reach the grassroots and empower the rightfully intended groups.
PDM ebadde simbi naye lwakuba nti tetambula ku speed. Abantu kye bali basuubira si kye bafunyeemu batya nti bo bali bamanyi nti President we yalonkingira PDM okutuuka kati singa abantu batandika okukola naye up to now tulina nti ssente gye ziri naye abantu tebanakola ki tebanazifuna era nsaba nnyo gavumenti baleme kutusiba akaveera ku maaso nga bwe batusiba ku myoga.
Dismayed by these responses, the Inspector General of Government, Betty Kamya, promised to follow up and bring the culprits to book.
We started with Kampala. Of course, we shall go around the country.
The meeting was also attended by representatives from the Microfinance Support Center and Kampala Capital City Authority because of their integral roles they play in these empowerment programs. Constitutionally, the Inspectorate of Government is charged with the responsibility of enhancing transparency and accountability in government projects. Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.
Now, a 16-year-old mother, Natukunda Sylvia, is a rape victim and single mother of 2 children that were all gotten through rape. Natukunda was first raped by a 40-year-old man while she was looking after her parents' cattle and gave birth to her first child. Ever since that time, Natukunda's life has been tough and a struggle.
Number 14, Pondo.
Well, we will be bringing the detail of that Natukunda story in our 10 o'clock bulletin. Now, moving over to Mpondwe, Congolese traders that conduct their businesses within Mpondwe border in Uganda have commended Uganda's People Defense Forces for the great work in fighting the Allied Democratic Forces in the eastern part of DRC. They said since the presence of UPDF in Congo, most of the areas that had been totally taken over by the ADF rebels have been re-established.
Congolese traders at Mpondwe border have applauded the Ugandan government for sending the UPDF to the DR Congo to restore peace and fighting the ADF rebels who have been terrorizing the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo.
As per now, the border is now very good. Congolese are crossing to Uganda. We are also crossing to DRC.
The traders say that movement and trading in DRC and around the border has initially been suppressed by the ADF attacks. They have requested the government of Uganda to help protect Congolese in the areas of Ituri, where sanity has not yet been restored, so as to boost trade.
Ni kusema kama mambo inakuwa vibaya hapa Kongo na Uganda watakuwa na salama.
Some of the traders from Uganda revealed that compared to the past, the border is now safe and business is moving on well. The Deputy RDC, Kasese, in charge of Bukonzo County, Lieutenant Mate Magwara, says the two countries are in harmony to restore peace and to secure lives.
The trade here has got free passage to the Congo. Traders have free passage to the Congo. And the business community benefiting here are not only Ugandans and Congolese. They are Tanzanians, they are Kenyans, they are Somalis that use this border. It's one of the busiest borders we have in this country.
Now, Ugandans from all walks of life, including companies and circles, also in the Katonga War Heroes and President Museveni's achievements.
As Uganda remembered Katonga War Heroes and President Museveni's achievements, members of Makinde Emyoga Circle have appreciated President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for introducing a Emyoga program that has improved on their incomes. The Secretary of Salama Boda Riders is appreciative of the Emyoga program, but says the increasing number of members calls for the additional 20 million that government pledged.
Your Excellency, we would love to appreciate you for the gift of the seed capital, the 30 million that you provided to us. However much, we have a challenge again. Though they told us that we are going to get the additional funding of the 20 million that we are waiting, but we still have a problem because we have increasing number of population in our circles. And we are requesting as a group of border riders in Machindi to kindly pay us a visit in our circles, because we are playing a very key vital role to see that our people are achieving, we are adding value to them. Many people have established their businesses, their lives have totally changed, they have not remained the same.
Also to appreciate President Museveni's able leadership, we all win on market vendors, Emyoga Sako members, Lydia Chomkama, Andrew Sebida, UBC News.
Now into our financial markets, the forex today managed to appreciate against the dollar. That is the shilling, Ugandan shilling managed to appreciate slightly against the dollar. But when we look at the Uganda Securities Exchange, the total turnover turned into 850 million shillings, that is in turnover. And then as we look at the total volume of the shares that were traded on the Uganda Securities Exchange, that was 2.3 million shares, having Umeme taking the lead and then MTN followed. Let's have a look at the financial markets.
Transport to the wrong person. Here's how to reverse it with MTN Mobile Money. Dial *165#. Select My Account. Select Initiate Reversal. You will see your last 3 transactions. Select the transaction you want to reverse. Enter your mobile money PIN and you'll get an SMS confirmation that the transaction has been blocked from being withdrawn. And that's it. Please note, only transactions that haven't been withdrawn can be reversed.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift. Buy or gift.
Get freaky too! Dial *100*0# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *100*0#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *100*0# to get started.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Welcome back into the world of sports. The UNDP, in partnership with the government, private sector and local communities, is committed to ensuring that tourism growth benefits all. UNDP Elgon Half Marathon kicks off in the Picture Square Rwenzori Mountains. This event isn't just about running. It's about rallying the world for a cause. At the forefront of this marathon is Ugandan long-distance running sensation Joshua Cheptegei, whose achievements have earned him international acclaim.
UNDP Elgon Half Marathon is a platform to amplify the urgent need for climate action and the conservation of the Rwenzori Mountains, a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Represents an opportunity to uplift local communities and stimulate socio-economic growth. As such, we as UNDP is partnering with government, private sector, cultural institutions, and you, our friends in the media, to co-create and scale up innovative, nature-based solutions to tackle biodiversity loss and climate change, as well as expand livelihoods opportunities for communities.
Climate change is wreaking havoc here, from the rapid loss of glaciers to destructive floods and erratic rainfall. The UNDP is determined to create awareness about these challenges on a global scale.
Conservation through sports, just like you are marketing tourism. Mainly in Uganda, our tourism is anchored on ecotourism, which is nature-based tourism. And we cannot have it unless we conserve. We cannot have it unless we protect the conservation areas and also.
Beyond its environmental significance, the marathon aims to diversify Uganda's tourism experience in the Rwenzori region. Traditionally known for these activities, this marathon shines a spotlight on untapped tourism opportunities, inviting visitors to explore the beauty of this mountain destination in new ways.
In Elgon and Rwenzori, recently we were in Rwenzori, we used to pride ourselves that this is the only snow-capped mountain that you get in the equator. But recently the snow is disappearing because we're not conserving, we're not putting enough effort to conserve these areas. So while we go for the marathon, half marathon, which I'm sure is in October, we shall all be there, but the long-term plan and objective should be how do we conserve these precious resources that we have.
The marathon is not just about the runners, it's about uplifting the local communities.
And when I was growing up, there was a lot of green around us, but now the land is just so bare, so it's so open. So we need to go back and spread the message and get the young people, the young children, schools, institutions to be able to plant more trees.
The UNDP Elgon Half Marathon is a global call to action for climate change, biodiversity conservation, and the transformation of Uganda's tourism industry. Sandra Kahonde, Robert Katamba, News Tonight.
Now, the women's national team is upbeat ahead of the 2024 Total Energies Women Africa Cup of Nations qualifier. The team in residential camp in Jeru continues with training ahead of their game against Algeria this month in a two-legged affair at the first round of next year's WAFCON edition. The team will enter the residential camp at Fufa Technical Center in Jeru on Wednesday morning to embark on preparations. Uganda will host the first leg on 20th September 2023 at Fufa Technical Center in Jeru, while the return leg will be held in Oran a week later.
The training was really very, very good. Actually, we are still testing the fitness levels of our players, and I know we shall have a good team at the end. We are only going to miss some players who actually they have recently requested that we let them settle for their exams that are soon coming. That is the USE exams. Then we have one who got an injury. We have a report from Kampala Queens, one of the players got an injury. Then we have another player who's still working on documents. So we are likely to miss about 5 players that we had summoned. These ones who are going for the exams, we have Nanda Guadija, we have Nakachwa Samali, there is Nabulime Fiona. They requested, and we said as a technical team, no, we need to leave these girls to go and pursue their studies. We love the football, but still we have to look at the future of these girls. We have accepted actually even the request from Kampala Queen Shamida Naluja, who is not feeling well. We said it is okay. We pray that she recovers so soon. Then Tresako Jones also have some problems with the papers. She's supposed to set her papers for to have her process the document. We said it's okay. You can still remain there and do work on your documents.
Well, and that brings us to the end of our News Tonight at 8. We will meet again at 10 o'clock. Once again, my name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango. As I sign out, I leave you with Millie Kutesa for our weather forecast.
Thanks for tuning on UBC. My name is Kutesa Milu with your weather update. We are having thunder showers dominating most parts of the country. Nevertheless, other areas are still waking up with sunny intervals. Seeing the satellite picture over Africa, we're having the rainbow over us, but mostly the most winds are coming from Indian Ocean in the combination with the local effects. That's the rainfall that we're having here and there within our country. Tomorrow morning, though, we expect to wake up with thunder showers across most parts of our central. But the rest of the other places within the centre are going to have sunny intervals like Nakasongola and Ruwelo. We're moving to the western stretch. We are waking up with light showers, apart from some few areas like Mbarara and Bushen where they are going to have sunny intervals. Moving into the western, we are having thunder showers and light rains most parts of it. And going into the northern sector, we are having light showers in the early mornings, apart from some few areas around the Karamoja regions where we are seeing sunny intervals. Moving to the afternoon hours, we are still having a pickup of thunder showers dominating most parts of the central at a maximum of 26 across capital city Kampala and 27 across Nakasongola. Moving into the western stretch, we are still having a pickup of thunder showers within the range of 24 and 26 degrees Celsius across some parts of Shin. Moving into the eastern part, we are having a pickup still of thunder showers at a maximum of 27 degrees Celsius in most parts, but other areas like Jinja are going to have the maximum of 28 degrees Celsius. Moving to the northern sector, we are having a pickup of still of thunder showers at a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius across the Karamoja regions and 27 across the other areas of the northern. Moving to the other cities across the globe, we are forecasting sunny conditions across London and Cairo at a maximum of 32 degrees across London and 36 across Cairo and Nairobi. And New York, we are having light showers at a maximum of 25 degrees Celsius across Nairobi and New York with 27 degrees Celsius. Thanks for tuning on UBC. My name is Tessa Millie. Stay tuned and see you tomorrow.
UBC, inspiring Uganda. It's Freaky Friday from Airtel. Buy or gift, buy or gift.
Get freaky too! Dial *100*0# to load a Freaky Friday bundle for you to enjoy the best offers on voice and data.
To buy a bundle for friends and family, dial *100*4#. Freaky Friday with Airtel. Buy or gift a bundle today. Dial *100*0# to get started.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Program My School A Great Students Program and your answer to education perspective, giving you reason as to why you should pay school fees for your child's education with items like student talents, thoughts, adventures and skills showcased, leadership skills and all other activities plus concerns in various schools in your locations. Remember that our children are our future generation. Don't miss Program My School.
Sent to transport to the wrong person. Here's how to reverse it with MTN mobile money. Dial *165#. Select My Account. Select Initiate Reversal. You will see your last 3 transactions. Select the transaction you want to reverse. Enter your mobile money PIN and you'll get an SMS confirmation that the transaction has been blocked from being withdrawn. And that's it. Please note, only transactions that haven't been withdrawn can be reversed.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.